What I wanted to do with this book was explore the idea that if you had 1 year to live, how would you live? Who would you become? Who would you choose to become? Where would you live? What action would you focus on? Who would you forgive? The story tackles some big issues like death and the loss of loved ones, a relationship between a father and a daughter, love and forgiveness, following your own dreams, your own path, despite what others around you think. The story's connected to the previous novel, The Life I Didn't Notice, and it's about a woman named Lily Fields who's 49. She's a successful architect, very driven, who just suffered a near-death experience where she spent 1 minute in heaven, but was guided to a lifetime of miracles that she missed, the life she didn't notice. And in this follow-up story, it begins with Lily waking up in a Manhattan hospital. Her leg is shattered, her arm is broken, she's all bandaged up, her emotions are completely spiraling out of control. She's trying to rationalize her loss, the loss of someone very close to her, and she's isolated, alone with her thoughts, and for Lily, that's worse than death. It really gets into letting go of the past, not being defined by your accomplishments, blazing your own trail. With these books, and especially with The Life I Noticed, I really wanted to capture and explore the human condition. I strive to help people do one thing, and it's listen to the only sound that matters, our soul's whisper, urging us to become the person that we are meant to be. Everyone is Lily Fields. Men, women, we're all doing machines, and we're chasing 90-day goals, and we're rushing from one thing to the next and constantly pursuing more and not really understanding who we really are and the true meaning of life. But if we could just begin to look up and reach up and silence the noise and listen to that whisper and live as if today was the last day, then we would create a world that is in greater harmony, where everything is connected, everything is one. Let's face it, we live in a world that's very noisy, that's constantly blaring at us, telling us who we should be, what we should do, what we should pursue. The moment that she chooses to see death as an awakening, as a defibrillation of her life, the realization that she's given a second chance, that death gives way to new life. And that's when the story really begins to unfold and she starts to deconstruct her life. This book really parallels life. And as Lily begins to accept her loss and what happened to her, and that her second chance is this gift of life, that death is this gift of life, that's when her heart begins to open and the true miracles begin to appear. Everything around her at that point begins to change. With every step forward, Lily begins to uncover the truth of her past, and ultimately that God has surrounded her with nothing but angels, these teachers that were put in her path to guide her to becoming who she was meant to be. And every experience has helped shape her and guiding her to pursuing the one dream that she promised herself a lifetime ago. It's a spiritual book that's very pluralistic and accessible to everyone. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll long, your emotions are going to be stirred. And one of the biggest realizations for Lily along this journey is that the end of the line was just the beginning. It was just the beginning to open up her heart, to embrace these gifts of the universe, these gifts from God, these 7 sacred souls that we all have access to, that we all have the ability to tap into. And when she starts to receive them, only then does she realize her own abilities and her own power to create her heaven on earth. We all have that ability and that power to create our own heaven, to create heaven on earth. In the end, hopefully it'll help you look at your life from a new lens, looking at your life as if you had a year to live, a year to notice what really matters, a year to notice your life.